Backbone Gaming Entertainment Network. We are warming up for 1, 2, 3 steps. Let's check out some VR trailers coming next week with I'm Just a Fool.
With every breath, the slightest of sound, the moment that defines us draws near. We must hold. We must stick together. We must face the flames and be undaunted by fear. The only way is onward.
Hey Questers, and welcome to another episode of BMF, the unofficial home for all things Oculus Quest. Huge thanks to the devs for sending me this game to review. I know many of you have been waiting for a space-based flight combat game on the Quest, and today we get one in N-Space. N-Space is originally a Gear VR and Oculus Go game that has been ported to pretty much every other VR platform, and now it's made its way to the Quest. Is it worth picking up to scratch that space dog fight itch? Let's jack in and find out. Every time I play a game where I'm dogfighting other spacecraft, I can't help but remember the early 90s Windows X-Wing game. This game reminds me some of that game in its pacing and dogfighting. In N-Space, you play as a space pilot contractor fighting for the UTC to protect their interests. This is a single-player only game with some aspects of replayability if you want to go back and do missions again to earn credit and finish upgrading your ship's weapons. The main story itself takes around 2.5 to 3 hours, and once I jumped into the game, I realized I'd actually played it before. The game itself has a light story with some interesting dialogue and missions, but don't expect a super deep story, as at its heart this is a space shooter. Graphically, the game looks quite good. The interior of your ship looks great while you're zooming around fighting enemies, and the locations in space are pretty varied, with each mission being unique in one way or another. Audio-wise, the voiceover is well done, and the sound effects make you feel like you're flying around in space. As I mentioned, this game does kind of remind me in some ways of the old X-Wing game, because the dogfights, although fun, feel somewhat slow in pace, surprisingly. Mechanics-wise, there are various options for how to play the game. You can actually use a gamepad if you choose, or the game fully supports the touch controllers. There are different locomotion options, from the ship flying where you look and the guns track where your controllers turn, to the opposite of the guns pointing where you look and using the joysticks to move the craft. You can even disable some of the settings so it feels more like a basic space game, except in VR, which some people may like as it should cause less motion sickness. Honestly, I haven't gotten motion sick in a game in a long while, but I had to adjust the settings slightly as for a minute I started to feel a little sick. But I think there's enough options to fit any playstyle. I know this review is super short, but there really just wasn't a lot to say besides that overall, N-Space is a fun game if you're looking for a space-based flight combat game. The mechanics work well, and it looks good visually. Story-wise, it's fairly little, and at times can feel a little bit slow, but if you're a spaceflight junkie, then this should give you a decent fix. If you want to get the most out of your Quest and the best bang for your buck, then subscribe to BMF for more Quest-related content, and hit that bell icon. Plus, if you're looking for more Quest games, you can check out my other reviews.
And actually, you can't do all that, but thank you for that in-space review. I'll give you a moment to check their tags out. I don't own that. No opinions, intent, or liability is being claimed here. We're going to move on to our next trailer as we start. 1, 2, 3 steps. A few VR videos here. To remind you, next week we have I'm Just a Fool, as is on the Backbone Gaming Entertainment Network.
Welcome, Agent. From this point on, you are Aspire 1 VR operative. Deploy this cutting-edge espionage unit on assignments around the globe. How you approach each mission is up to you. Just be sure to complete your objectives and make the most of Aspire 1's abilities. From within the Aspire Control Theater, you will precisely control Aspire's every action. For the first time in VR, agents experience full freedom of movement without motion sickness. Together, we will redefine espionage.
Without motion sickness. How does that sound, folks? We're going to move on tonight to For Honor, as is with the SimuL8Nist. You're watching the Backbone Gaming Entertainment Network, brought to you by Backbone Empire. It is a Cat's Claw production made possible through Pennyworks. We thank you for your patience and support. And viewers all, we thank you for watching. All right, folks. Sorry about that little short pause there. This is For Honor, as is with the SimuL8Nist. We're going to start with the trailer, and what is as is? It is 3 lives. Now I'm back and ready to rock and roll and make this For Honor thing go. Thank you for watching the short trailer. I think I have everything correct. I was away for a few days, so I'm trying to verify all my text. I thank you for your patience. I thank you for that support. All right, here we go with the cinematic story trailer E3 2016.
There were no signs. It came without warning. To us all. The desperate few struggled to survive. chance for peace. But desperation and trust are seldom allies. So began a millennium of conflict. A 1,000 years of war. The greatest warriors the world has ever known.
Until the simulationist.
The reason they fight, lost to the ages. And yet, here they still stand, searching for a sign of peace. I will show them. I am Apollyon. I bring war.
Alright folks, here's a short promo as we load up Origami. We go back next week as is with the simulationist. Yeah, folks, that's Origami. We'll be pulling that up next week again to continue our quest of shadows. It looks like For Honor is taking me a little extra moment here. Huh, man, I'm coming in pretty quick over there. How we doing tonight, viewers? How's everybody feeling? That is real quick. Uplay make me want to log in. Give me a second here, folks. There we go. New update went through. Sorry for the disruption. All right, For Honor is starting up. You can see it there. And we'll be ready to rock